Today we start Unit 8, Society and Social Problems. The textbook is Gateway to English 1, first year baccalaureate, all streams. And the first lesson, as you know, is vocabulary. So, Unit 8, Society and Social Problems, vocabulary. So, I will show you some pictures that have a relation with society, and then we will talk about them. So, as you know, this picture is about marriage, and you know the marriages. This is a divorce when the marriage is finished legally. As you can see, this is a kid, so it's childhood, it's a period of, or a beautiful period of our lives. It's the childhood when we were children. This is here autonomy, which means when you do everything yourself, or you organize everything yourself. We can talk about a group of people or one person also. Looking for a job, which means this person doesn't have a job. The adjective here is jobless. We say that this person is jobless. Here, as you can see, people here are old, young people here, newspapers, mobile phones. So we are talking about two different generations, and of course there is a generation gap. Okay, the difference in ages between one old and another young, so of course they don't understand each other, so we call this a generation gap. Next one is joy riding. This is when you ride or when you drive a car in a fast way for fun. It's very dangerous, and generally this car is stolen. So that's the result of joy riding, of course. This person doesn't have a house, so we can say that this person is homeless. This is the adjective. So homeless, less it means without, like job, jobless, home, homeless. This is a shelter. So this place, people use this place if they don't have, for example, a house, or if the weather is very dangerous, there's a lot of rain, or there is a storm or something like that, and people want to protect themselves, so they go to places like these that we call shelters. Here, as you know, that these are maybe tourists, okay, and as you know, Morocco is known for its hospitality. We like to invite people to our houses and treat them in a good way, so that's hospitality. Socialize, or to socialize, this is a verb which means, for example, when you meet your friends and you go out and meet new people, you know new people, you share information, you share experiences, so this is socializing or to socialize. Adolescence, of course, is the age between puberty and adulthood, which means from, for example, the age of 14 or 15 to becoming an adult. As you can see here, there is a cat and a mouse, and there is no problem with that. They are drinking milk, so which means that this is a kind of tolerance when you accept the other, even if you are different or you have different ideas or different beliefs, but you accept that. That's tolerance. The adjective here is tolerant, and the verb is tolerate. Okay, so this is an exercise. So these are the words that we have seen, or some of the words that we have seen, and this is their definition. The first one is autonomy, and as we said that autonomy is the right of a group of people to govern itself or to organize its own activities. Okay? The divorce is to end your marriage by an official or legal process. Shelter, as we said, it's a building designed to give protection from bad weather, danger, attack, and it's also sometimes for homeless people. Joyriding is the crime of stealing a vehicle and driving fast and dangerously for fun. Tolerance, as we said, willingness to accept behavior and beliefs which are different from your own, although you might not agree with or approve of them. Jobless, unemployed person or without a job. Homeless, of course, is without a home. Generation gap is when older and younger or young people do not understand each other because of their different experiences, opinions, habits, and behavior. Hospitality is when people are friendly and welcoming to guests and visitors. And last, to socialize is to spend time when you are not working or when you are not at school with friends or with other people in order to enjoy yourself. So this is in general some vocabulary items related to society and to some social problems. As we can see here, we have a dialogue between Ali, Kamal and Samir, and we have a question or two questions there. I will read the dialogue for you. I'm bored. Why don't we go to the cinema and watch a nice movie? Kamal: no, let's not. I've been there twice this week. What about visiting the library? We need to start working on our school project on endangered animals. Ali: that sounds like a good idea. Afterwards, let's play some video games. Kamal: yes, I'd love to. Ali: how about you, Samir? I think you should join us. Samir: no, I don't feel like it. I have a better idea. We could watch an interesting documentary about global warming at my house tomorrow. I have it on DVD. Ali: well, that's a great idea. So the question, or the first question, is what is wrong with Ali? Of course, Ali said that he is bored, okay? And what did Ali suggest to Kamal? He suggested that, or he said that, why don't we go to the cinema? That's his suggestion. Did he accept, which means did Kamal accept this? No, because he said, no, let's not, okay? As you can see in the dialogue, there are some highlighted expressions like why don't we? What about? Let's. I think you should. I have a better idea, we could. So these that are highlighted in red, we use them to express suggestions or to make suggestions, okay? And then we can answer, or which it's whether you accept or you refuse. So you can say no, let's not, or if you accept, you can say that sounds like a good idea, or yes, I'd love to, or no, I don't feel like it, or also that's a great idea. So we make suggestions, we can accept or we can refuse. Here we have a table with making suggestions, accepting and refusing. So to make a suggestion, we can use why don't we plus a verb. For example, why don't we go? Why don't we play? Why don't we watch? Or we could also plus verb. We could go to the cinema. We could watch a movie. Or how about, but this time it's plus verb plus ing. For example, you can say, how about playing? Or how about going? Or how about watching? Another one is why not go, for example, to the movies, or why not play soccer, or why not watch a movie. Let's plus verb, let's go, let's play, let's watch, let's dance, for example. And I suggest that we plus verb, like I suggest that we play or we watch or we go. If you accept, you can say yes, why not? That's a good idea, or that's a great idea. That sounds great, that sounds good. Or let's do it. If you refuse, you can say yes, but, for example, but I'm not sure I can do this, or you can suggest another activity, or let's not, or I'm afraid I don't like this idea, or I'm not sure about that. So we can make suggestions, accept or refuse. We have an exercise here, or that's the exercise. Use suggestion expressions of the lists or from the list to complete these sentences. So we have we could, let's, we suggest that, and we could. and we have these situations. So for example, the first one we can use, we suggest that we celebrate World Environment Day by planting a few trees in our schoolyard. The second example we can use, we could give a presentation in class about the importance of recycling to increase our peers' environmental awareness. Or number 3, how about, as you can see here, paying, which means how about plus verb plus ing, our grandparents a surprise visit this weekend. Number 4, we can use let's take the train instead. It's safer, faster and environment friendly. Another exercise is this, complete these exchanges. We have 2 situations. Asma said, I really miss my mom, so Khadija would suggest call her tonight. So she would say, why don't you call her tonight? So Asma would say, that's a good idea. So which means that she accepted the suggestion of Khadija. Another situation between a husband and a wife. So the wife, it's a beautiful day, take the kids on a picnic. So that's her suggestion. We can express it like this, let's take the kids on a picnic. But the husband would refuse and make another suggestion. So he can say, I'm not sure about that, refuse. How about going to the beach? Okay, so to express or to make another suggestion. So the wife can accept and say, yes, that's a good idea, or refuse and say, I'm not sure, or I don't think so. Unit 8, Society and Social Problems, Grammar, Reported Speech. So we have this lady, she said, I clean the house every day. So this is a direct speech, which means these are her words exactly. These are the words that she uses. I clean the house every day. Okay? So what did Asma say? If I ask you, what did she say? You would say, Asma said, the verb is in the past, that she, Asma, okay? We don't use I, we change it to she, because I'm reporting, I'm talking about Asma. So Asma said that she cleaned, if you can see here the verb is in the present, it becomes, or we change it to the past, the house every day. So this is the reported speech. Okay, so I change the pronoun or the subjects, she, the verb present becomes the past. Okay, it's not the direct speech, this is the reported speech, which means Asma is not here and just reporting or telling you what she said. Another situation here, we have 2 ladies, I like this place. So we have here I, the verb like in the present, this place. So if I want to report or to use the reported speech or the indirect speech form, it's she said that she, present, past, that she liked that. So this becomes that. So we not only change the tenses, but we change also this, it becomes that. Another example, I will go to Paris tomorrow. This is the direct speech, or the direct speech. Here, the indirect speech is she said that she would go, will, it becomes would, and we keep the verb, okay? We don't conjugate after would. So, she said that she would go to Paris the next day. We don't say tomorrow, or we don't use tomorrow, according to the context or the situation, but generally, we change tomorrow, it becomes the next day. Just pay attention to will and tomorrow. Will is would and tomorrow is the next day. Another situation here, another modal verb, I can speak 2 languages. So she said that she could speak 2 languages. Can, it becomes could, and will, it becomes would. So as you can see with that, we change the tenses. The present becomes the past, can becomes could and would, or will becomes would. So this is a table. For example, here the present, I am sick, to be. The past, simple, he said that he was sick, so present becomes the past. The present continuous, I'm watching TV now, it becomes past continuous. He said or she said that she was watching TV then. Now we change it to then. I am, present continuous, becomes the past continuous. The future, as we said, will. We will go to Rabat tomorrow. They said that they would go, will go, would go to Rabat the next day, tomorrow. We use the next day. I can speak Spanish. He said that he could, can, it becomes could speak Spanish. So as we said, we don't only, or we not only change the tenses, we change also the adverbs, like now it becomes then, today, that day, the next year, the following year, tomorrow, the next day, here, there, this, that, and these, those. So we change the adverbs, time expressions also, and adverbs of time and place, and also the tenses. This is an exercise. Change this direct speech into reported speech. So here we have the first sentence is he works in a bank. The verb works is in the present. The answer is she said that he worked in a bank. Okay, he worked, work is worked in a bank. I'm coming, he said. That he was coming, present continuous, past continuous. Lucy will come tomorrow. So she said that she would come the next day. We change will with would. We keep the verb come, tomorrow it becomes the next day. I can help you next week. He said that he could help me, okay, because he's talking to me. I can say you, so I can help you next week. He said that he would help me the following year. Next becomes the following. She told me she's living, I'm sorry, I don't like chocolate. She told me that she didn't like chocolate. So don't, present, past, didn't. She's living in Paris for a few months. She says she was living in Paris for a few months. And the last one, I'll wash my hair later. She told me that she would wash her hair later. So we change will, it becomes would, and wash, we keep the verb. Thank you so much. Stay at home and stay safe.